Just Teen Stress. I'm Abba Shrestha, and welcome back to our Teen Stories Told series, where we interview teens or individuals that just crossed their teen years to share their mental health story and give us their thoughts and opinions on teen mental health. Today, I'm here with Texas Future Business Leaders of America, Area 7 State Vice President, Milka Folly-Gah. Milka, can you please start off by telling us a little bit about yourself?
All right, hello everyone. My name is Milka Folly-Gah. I'm a senior at Central High School and I'm heavily involved in my school. I serve as the senior female representative in my district superintendent's cabinet. And as Alba has just stated, I'm the Area 7 State Vice President of FBLA. My most notable extracurricular would be FBLA, and I also attend KCAL, a school where I'm working towards my CMA certification.
Awesome. So, as we know, FBLA has been an organization where you've devoted a lot of your time towards, from serving as local vice president of community service and Area 7 president to now Texas Area 7 state vice president. Has there been any struggle to keep up with these really big responsibilities, and how has it impacted your mental health in both a positive or negative aspect?
In terms of like the FBLA responsibilities, I feel like I was prepared for what I signed up for. So it was something that was really easy to take back in. Nothing is too overly difficult, and we have such a great officer team that we're always collaborating and getting things done. The only struggle I would say is having to miss a lot of school. So having to make up those absences, even if you keep up with the workload, is always just a little bit difficult because then you're going to have to teach yourself or you're going to have to go into tutorials, stay an extra time. And having to readjust my schedule has definitely been something that has been a little bit harder to do, but it's something that's worth doing because, I want to graduate high school. So just making sure that I stay on top of those things has really been a struggle at times, but once it's finally like fixed, then everything goes well.
And if there's someone out there that's thinking like maybe I should join FBLA, but I'm not sure, they're like leaning towards it, what advice do you have for them? Like what benefits of there is it to join FBLA?
I would say FBLA is very much one of those organizations where you get what you put in. So just making sure that you're ready to dedicate your time to it. If you're ready, it's all about if you're ready. It's a personal thing. But FBLA is definitely an amazing organization. I would say there's so many things to choose from, so many different competitions. There's something for everybody's interest. So definitely, if you're looking to join a club, consider FBLA in the top of your list.
All right, so you are the co-founder of the central chapter of the Black Student Union. So you've worked towards creating an inclusive atmosphere and collaborated on multicultural events. How do you approach understanding and respecting diverse perspectives, especially in the context of mental health?
So, in the context of mental health, I feel like in lots of different cultures, mental health is very taboo. I know, especially in lots of immigrant and Black cultures, some that I come from. And so, just making sure that we have those conversations, especially in BSU, we have conversations about how we can deal with our mental health issues that are brought upon by others, maybe by the way that they say certain things or microaggressions, things of that nature. And then also mental health issues that we may have within ourselves, like not feeling adequate, things like that. So always make sure that we talk about it and make sure that everybody knows that it is not a taboo and you have people to talk to. And just feel free to come to us. And if you need help, we can connect you with somebody that can help you more than we have the ability to.
Yeah, and then along with FBLA and along with Black Student Union, you're also a state powerlifter. You broke the 181 deadlift record with a lift of 450 pounds. So powerlifting, as you know, probably can be very physically draining. How do you balance your commitment to powerlifting with your other aspects of your life? And do you find it like that it contributes to your mental well-being in any way?
So going back to the whole team thing, I feel like anything is easier to do when you're with a good team of people. So I love my team. My powerlifting team is amazing. Everybody's always encouraging one another, and it's always so uplifting. So for me, going there does not feel demanding or like draining. Like it is definitely physically draining. I mean, it's a lot of weight, but it makes it worth it. And then on top of that, for mental health thing, I feel like lifting is just a great exercise and it's boosted my mental health because there's so many correlations between like being athletic and then your mental health and being active. So I'd say that definitely boosted me. And my parents were always super like, you need to be like in some sort of sport or being getting your physical somewhere, because that just really boosts you. as a human. So that's powerlifting for me.
So can you talk to me a little bit about your position in National Honor Society and what service means to you, as well as some examples of how you think that we can incorporate mental health into service?
So for me, I think service means helping people out of your own heart. Like it's not just like wanting to fill up like, oh, I'm helping people because personal gain or something like that. No. For me, service is wanting to do it out of your own heart, which I guess sometimes gets blurred in NHS because you're like, oh, I'm working towards hours, but just making sure that you have that motivation, your self motivation, which is why we give so many different options of service you can do. Like, oh, like I really love animals. I want to help the animals today, or oh, I really want to do this and that. And we can actually pull in mental health into that as well. Um, Volunteering to donate to retirement homes, stuff like that. And I know you do a lot of that with like letters to Rose and stuff. So maybe doing a collaboration, I feel like that would be really cool.
So, I mean, as we talked about this whole interview, we've been talking about your extracurriculars and all the activities that you do. So, you're involved in a lot of different kinds of activities since your freshman year. How have these experiences contributed to your own personal growth? And what have you learned about yourself through all these positions and roles?
So through all these roles, I'm gonna go back to the whole team. There's not really an I in team, but being in a team really shows you who you are. So for me, being in a team has allowed me to collaborate with others and also see certain aspects of myself that I don't like being reflected, as well as other aspects of people that are reflecting towards me. So it's really allowed me to kind of change not change my personality, but change the way that I react in certain situations to acclimate with the people that are around me. So being self-aware, I feel is something that has really taught me.
And then, so we're both seniors, so we know that college application season. What are some things that you've learned about mental health throughout your high school journey, just reflecting off, and what are some coping mechanisms that you hope to kind of take with you to university?
So for me, the first thing that I did to kind of like, I guess, get my schedule set because I have so many things on my schedule is I used to overload myself. So I would be like, let me give myself a strict schedule where I'm sticking here, I go here to kind of like balance my time management because it would all be stuff that I did not want to miss. After that, after I finally like taught myself how to like, oh, let me balance this, I was like, maybe this is a bit of a crazy way to do this. So I started to drop down from that. And then I started just building my schedule the way that I wanted it to be done. And it doesn't have to be like a physical schedule, but I always try to keep it there and make sure that I know where I need to be at a certain time while also leaving time for me to do the things that I like, go to bed at the time that I want to go to bed at 9:30. Um, you know, spend time with my friends, all that stuff. So that's definitely something I'm gonna bring back to college with me. Making sure that I'm picking my classes in a certain way that I want to, and then making sure that if that doesn't that doesn't happen, that I'm picking my activities in a way that goes around them while I still have time for myself.
So, looking ahead, how do you envision incorporating mental health awareness or advocacy into your future endeavors, considering your leadership roles and passion for community service?
So incorporating mental health for me, I want to be either biomedical engineer or doctor, something along those lines. So, but I also do want to major in or minor in African American studies. I feel like a lot of mental health issues in the Black community are not really addressed. So that's something that I want to put back in there and bring some advocacy back for those people.
That's awesome. So I have one last question for you. So what advice would you give to someone out there that's struggling with their mental health or like some kind of message that you'd like to leave to our Address Teen Stress audience?
Mm. I would like to leave that struggling with your mental health is not a taboo. You should not feel ashamed to struggle with your mental health, although you may feel like, oh, why am I doing this? No, it's not a shameful thing to be struggling with mental health. Lots of people struggle with mental health. The key is making sure that you're talking to somebody, and the key is making sure that you're getting help. So just try to move towards getting help.
All right. Thank you so much, Milka, for sharing your story with us today. And thank you so much for helping us address teen stress.